Bishop. Yo, man, I hear people say that you say that they say that you say that you could whoop my ass, punk. You think you that bad, man? You think you got that much juice? He did. He did. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Juice. Now, this movie is from 1992. It stars Omar Epps, Tupac, and a bunch of other young, up-and-coming black actors in their little prime. They're so young here. Now, before we get into this movie and I give you guys all the juice, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things Juice. Subscribe to see more of me. Let's get into this movie. Now, this movie is written and directed by Ernest R. Dickerson, Mr. Everything himself. Now, he isn't as well known as a John Singleton or Spike Lee as far as black directors are concerned, but he is prolific in like black film in the industry. He's not only, you know, a writer or producer, he's also done, you know, a lot of cinematography. So much, really great dude. Now, immediately when the film starts, it sets the tone with all the strong hip-hop elements here in this movie, courtesy of Q being the DJ. Like, oh my goodness. We open with Know the Ledge with Eric B. and Rakim. Hey, sip the juice. I got enough to go around, and the thought takes place uptown. All right. Time to build my juice back up. Time to back up. Suckers get smacked up. No time to crap. You know what I'm about. Knocking niggas off. Knocking niggas out. Shaking them out. Okay. But yeah, we open with that. Like, it's like, oh, this standing on shaky ground, too close to the edge. Let's see if I know the ledge. Okay. I will be rapping a whole lot of this video. Now, as we get an introduction to our four main friends, you know, little kids from Harlem, the movie does its best right off the bat to establish these boys as boys and not men. You know, we have Q waking up with his records. It's all about DJing, mom nagging. You have Still waking up, sleeping his big ass in a bunk bed with his parents nagging once again. We even have Raheem doing typical young sibling shit, like keeping the bathroom for far too long from his sister. And we also see that he has a son. This baby does not make you a man, Raheem. I need a real man, Raheem. You sure you need a real man, sis? Because your voice is deep. I love how her man was special ed. Like, I got it made. All kind of hip hop all up and through the film. But I love that we use that moment to already create separation between the three of them and Bishop, because once you see the three of them, even from the intro with them, you know, having parents in the household, them, you know, demanding that they go to school, them having, you know, siblings there, you have Bishop, who not only, you know, really doesn't have a strong parent presence in his house. He has a grandma. He has no siblings, but he also has a dad that looks like, you know, he's one step away from a whole PTSD right after the war breakdown, and he's just staring blank into a screen. It was giving me, you know, Martin waiting on Gina to buy some them red pumps, and he was sitting there. I've been sitting here and I'm fencing to pop. You go give me one of these damn magazines. It was giving me that episode of Martin. But I love that, you know, they put that there, and it starts off, you know, immediately. And then we get into already seeing Bishop as that rah-rah character. There is literally like 15 dudes standing in Bishop's face saying, you got that much juice. I love the old, you know, New York when the little Puerto Rican, like they had them super deep, yo man, I hear you say man, you could whoop my ass, man. It reminds me of the kid, the little young, I think Puerto Rican kid from Fresh. But you already see that Bishop is like, feels like he's Mr. Untouchable. Like, I am not scared. He was barring none until his friends show up. Wrecking Crew, world-class Wrecking Crew show up to have his back. And you already established Raheem as, you know, the peacemaker. He's the calm, you know, light-skinned dude. You know what I'm saying? But you see that there's a big thing for everybody, to have some type of rep, to have some juice. You even see the store owner run out, with his gun and wave it around. And you can see that that's, kind of their daily routine for what they do. You kind of get a Cooley high vibe here, 4 dudes running around, not going to school. Very Cooley high, but the ending was not. But you see, everybody wants some juice. Even still, who was doing the oochie coochie, and they try to, play him like, yeah, it was a dude. Love it. Wrecking crew. We got each other's back. Sort of. So once we get into the kids, at a little local pool hall, little dropout hangout spot, little hustling, Q selling his little tapes, little Street Fighter. We even get a little appearance from Samuel L. Jackson. Looking 40. I swear Samuel L. Jackson been old all his life. Talk about some snappy nappy dog. She had the snappy nappy dog out. What the is snappy? I'm just gonna assume it's fellatio. Please drop down and tell me what snappy nappy dugout is. Oh no. But we get into more of establishing them as a strong front friends who have each other's backs, like really just to avoid school. We get the police coming in. We literally run up 10 flights of stairs, do a whole life-altering rooftop jump just to avoid going to school, just to skip, like, damn, just go to school. But they do make a point, to have Bishop get caught up on the gate just to show, like, how much they really have each other's back and how much they were sacrificing just for Bishop. There was no man left behind in this group. So after we're informed about a really big DJ competition coming up, and Cube needing some records, and this really being an opportunity for him to shine as a DJ and no longer be local. You just local. Then we get into the record store and get into, is it good to you? I like it. Is it good to you? Ooh, I like it. Heavy D, Teddy Riley, all them good things. They try to play Shorty behind the counter because of her gold tooth. Don't do her. Then right after we leave that, we get into Bliss robbing the goddamn bar. I love that scene, but hey, everybody, strip, get naked. Yo, Q, you want some of this? Nah, man. Hey, you look good. Get naked. You even have EPMD in the bar, like, oh, damn, why are you always doing this? But you see, more than anything, you see their friendship dynamics changing because unlike the rest of the crew, Bishop is constantly looking for an opportunity to do some reckless shit, and he's all for going in there and having Blizz's back and being a part of this robbery. But once we get to Steele's place, we really see a couple of lights go on and batteries get put in certain people's backs as to why they would want to get some juice and do the fuckery that we get into later. We have, Raheem, whose girlfriend, I need a real man, Raheem. She's running around with special ed. I thought that was your woman. You know what I'm saying? This is when we really get into Bishop, Tupac's character, who was doing an amazing job this entire film. You would never think that this was his first movie role. He was so good at flip-flopping because you go from, Q weight up and all this friendship. But once we really get into kind of seeing who he is, and he's just so infatuated with this movie, with the guy going out in the blaze. And not only that, but we see Blizz, who was sticking up the joint, you look good. He also went out in the blaze. He's like, that's how you go out. And there's this whole talk of, I can take your life whenever I want to. And he's just amped up to just get into something just to prove himself and prove how hard he is. And, I get out there if I need to. But you also see, that riff immediately with him and Q, and them trying to figure out who's making the best decisions from the group and get some sense. They're not seeing eye to eye. But once again, we have Raheem there to calm it down. What's good, light skin, calm it down. We're supposed to be brothers. We're friends, man. Hug it out right now, man. Shit. You should let Q whoop his ass. And then that's when we get into Cindy, Little Miss in Vogue. Cindy making an appearance in the movie as this older woman who's a nurse who's formerly married, messing with little 16, 17-year-old Q. Back in the day, watching this, I was like, all right, Q, older woman, you go, boy. And now I'm just like, sis, that's somebody's child. How old are you exactly? You had a husband? You were married? But that's neither here or there because we get into, hey, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Rest your head on my tattoo chest. You know that it feels good. Ooh, babe. Get into the Aaron Hall. Don't be afraid. I swear, Aaron Hall will sing the shit out of a song. But we get to, you know, a little smoky, choky, banging it out. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, Sandy, you expect me to believe that little 16-year-old Q, who probably just figured out where shit goes, was just hitting you up enough for you to give him the time of day. All right, girl. All right. But, you know, more than that, we see, you know, Q got it made. You ain't going to school. You're DJing whenever you want to. Selling your little records. Getting your little side hustle on. You got an older woman giving you some snappy-nacky dugout, whatever the fuck that is. So when you get into his decisions later, you know, to really be just a part of his group and just run with the flow, you're like, what the hell are you doing, son? You was DJing getting snappy-nappy dugout this morning. The fuck? So after we have Raheem tell, you know, Q, you gonna meet with the group later. I was like, here we go. Dumbass decisions. We get into one of the best part of the, like, you wouldn't think it would matter, but if you were into hip hop like that and DJing, because this was a time when, you know, DJing was really prolific and it really meant something. Anybody can, you know, run and say that they're a DJ right now. Back then, if you were a DJ, you had to be nice. And Q in the movie was nice. I don't know who was mixing and scratching for him, but that shit was nice. And we get into, it was nasty. It was nasty. It was nasty. And you hear him mixing. I don't remember what he was mixing, but I do remember that Naughty by Nature Uptown Anthem was in there somewhere. I forgot to mention we have Tretch in the movie. Tretch was, you know, in the background with, you know, you got that much juice, man. Tretch ass was hanging back there in the cut. Love me some Tretch. Tretch is a very underrated rapper. Like, Uptown Anthem was mixing in there. Yo, you can smoke a split on a clip, but there's still no mountain high enough or wide enough to touch. I'm done. The naughty nasty. Screw happy. Pappy. That's happy to be nappy. You know what I'm saying? He was nice. Then he was cool. Tretch was nice. But you get, you know, Q going to his DJ audition. And we have Queen Latifah there and Flex, who's telling, next. Get your weak ass out of here with that weak ass shit. Your fade is tied. Next. The Queen has been acting for a long time. But, you know, he gets there and he wins. He gets an opportunity, dude. But it's at that point that we get into Q making the dumb decision to stick with his friends and not focus on his opportunity. Not only do you have a DJ thing going that Saturday, but they want to try to rob this local bodega. Radamas. With this gun. And you see that Tupac is also eager to have this gun. He was just waiting on a fucking opportunity. So the day of the DJing gig, the group agrees to go and rob this store. And everybody goes along with it. But it's at that point that we get into Q making the dumb decision to stick with his group of friends, Wrecking Crew, and not focus on his DJ opportunity that Saturday. Not only do they want to do that Saturday, but they want to use that as their alibi, as well as go rob old man Radamas. We're going to be in and out. You have Tupac there, Bishop, all too happy to hold that gun, honey. After we get everybody all dressed up in black, you know, for the robbery, and we leave, you want an apology. You wanna, and we leave, pump it up. Pump it up. It was nice. It was nice. You left all this niceness to go rob the local bodega. What is wrong with you? But you get into them being so nervous to go in there. And, you know, we have some of them keeping watch. And you have fucking, out of all people, y'all gave Bishop the gun? But you see them trying to rob him and they're under, you know, the state. Oh, you know, we're not trying to hurt anybody. We're just going to do this and get out of there. But Bishop being trigger, gun, fucking happy, waiting to shoot somebody, just shoots the store owner without a second thought. And this goes way further than they ever expected it to. And that's when we take it even further and we get into, I'm holding on to this until I say so. Tupac Bishop takes it even a fucking step further. And you get to know him as a character so much in that brief moment as to say, you know, all he needed was an opportunity. He was waiting on this. He's been this way. He's been this little sick, selfish killer, like in the making. Psychotic. But you get into the group just being so frustrated that, you know, you actually followed through and shot him. This is a whole bigger thing now. And you get into that riff with him and Raheem and seeing like, oh, this was a mistake letting you hold the gun. Give me the gun. Pow. Oh, damn. I like when they're all shook, especially fucking Steel. We're going to get into Steel. Shaking like you actually shot him. And I love they also use that opportunity to really show how ruthless Bishop is. You know, he's on the run, but he makes sure to go back and get that money. Like, you have the cops going by and they're on the run. He's all calm. How much money do you think we got? How much? What do you think he got? He made a move. Like, what? He made... Then it goes from, you know, him trying to justify stuff. You know, the bodega owner made a move. Raheem made a move. He should have came up to me and I was holding a gun. You don't do that. Like, it's so logical to him. This is a fucking psycho. Y'all have been friends with a psycho for how long? Because shorty been this way. But I love when we get into, like, you have Q and Omar Epps with his huge eyes. You can tell that he's clearly shook, but he's just like, wow, like, you really shot Raheem, and he's holding it together and really taking in just how crazy Bishop is. Then you have Steele as every time Steele breaks down, I get into, you smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you, son? Yes, sir. Please, Mr. Clark. Oh, East Side High. We get real East Side High. But I like when Tupac wipe that shit off. Still was done. Still was finished. But you have Bishop be able to just shake it off after he just bluntly murdered 2 people. Like, whatever. We're going to go in. We're going to go into this party, this whole DJ set, and act like nothing happened. Really? Really? And then you have Q, who can't even finish. Not only is his nerves shook, but then the police come in. And we get, you know, these whack-ass alibis. And you have, you know, Steele just so... I swear I just always... Every time I'm watching this, I just think Steele is going to give it away. But you have Tupac Bishop, who has just instilled just fear in these guys in the matter of minutes when we've been friends probably our whole fucking lives. Oh, terrible. It's at this point that, you know, we really get to the climax of the film and it goes, you know, shoom. Oh, we world-class wrecking crew. Woo! Murderer. Our friend is a murderer. And you get into Bishop just doing a whole 180 from who we met when the movie began. Like, oh my goodness. Not only are we, you know, vindictive enough to just shoot Raheem in cold blood, we also show up to his wake and hug his mother, his family, give his little condolences to the sister. Wow. But that's when we really get into the whole cat and mouse thing with him, and him really enjoying and reveling in him just having that gun and having the power to take someone's life and have that juice around the neighborhood. And I love how he just really, you know, plays it low key. You know, when he meets him at his locker, I'm like, oh, really, really cute, really GQ. You want to go to school now? You want to go to school now, bruh? But you have, you know, meet him at that locker and he tries to, you know, just play it cool. You know, I was coming to check on you, you know. Like, no, you can't play me like that. I'm not still. I'm not falling for it. I know you're fucking psychotic. That's when those walls break down and we really get a strong glimpse into a whole menace to society. Bishop always reminded me of, you know, O-Dog from A Menace to Society, and, you know, that whole mind frame of, you know, just not giving a fuck. But once we have his real motive show and it's just like, you know, no, I'm with the gun, and, you know, I don't give a about you, I don't give a about Steele, I don't give a about Raheem. And the main thing, as far as, you know, the essentials to being a menace to society and a psycho, I don't even give a about myself. I ain't shit, your babies ain't shit, your daddy ain't shit, ain't never gonna be shit. And as soon as I decide you ain't shit, it's like one step away from me just taking your life. Pow. It's as easy as that. I have the power to do that, because I ain't giving up this until I say so. But after we leave, you know, Steele and Q trying to avoid Bishop. Yo, man, I told you he crazy, man. I told you not to talk to him. Oh, poor Steele. Steele was so sensitive. Like, Steele, why is you here, bruh? But you even get into them, you know, no longer having his back. And we get, you know, the dude who don't know how to act. Yo, man, what's up with you telling the cops, man, that I killed Raheem, man? Yo, you got it wrong, man. Like, oh, gosh, y'all can get nobody else. But then we get into him having all that mouth, like, you brought a knife to a gunfight. And once again, Bishop adds another body to his body count. Oh, God, he was all like, oh, man. Whoo, we just got away from the cops again. No, this is not the little young teen in the neighborhood running from cops. He just itching to shoot a nigga. But you get into Omar Epps just being so frustrated and really, you know, coming to terms with the kind of shit that Bishop is on, and goes to buy a goddamn gun. After we get a little bit more of Cindy from En Vogue, you know, you will not talk to me like that in my house. You will not raise your voice in my house. Like, what? Is he a kid or is he a grown man? Then we have, you know, another scene with them having a little romantic candlelit dinner in her house, of course, because he don't have one because he live with his mama and he's 16 years old. Ma'am, what are you doing, ma'am? What are you doing? But you have, you know, more of that weight just falling on Q as, you know, what is the next move that I make? We have this psycho running around. And then, you know, it comes to a head because Bishop captures Steele's soft ass and shoots him. Oh, man, he got me at the pool hall. Man, I can't get away. Like, oh, baby. Damn, Steele. And then you get more into Bishop being such a psycho that now he's trying to flip and make Q look like the psychotic murderer on the loose and tell people, you know, oh, he's not being himself. Man, this was a crazy person. Like, hope I never meet a Bishop. What friend? Not that one. Crazy. And then that's when we get to the end and get to the dopest house party. Here is something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man. One man tried to come in my home, take my crown. I said, Joe is so getting some of that Cypress Hill. And Bishop being a fucking maniac. Not only does he stop Q on the street and try to frisk him for the gun, is in a tussle, chases him down, shoots him in the freaking arm, gets in the elevator. So what? What, Bishop? You just gonna shoot me in front of all these people? Huh? Yeah, nigga. Bow. Oh, he crazy. He don't care. Don't care. He literally meant what he said. I don't give up about anything so much that I'll shoot you in front of all these people and incriminate myself. So what? Crazy. But it's at this point, you know, after we get into a tussle through the house and it's like really intense. I really love the ending here. It's really impactful. Even though we see, you know, Bishop do everything like you're a whole murderer, have killed multiple people at this point, have shown that you have no loyalty or any respect or anything for any of your friends' lives, let alone respect. Like, you don't care. You just tried to murder, steal, and shot you in the arm. You chased him down in this house. You've had a whole tussle. You've lost the gun. This whole big, huge fucking fight to the point that you're flying over the ledge. And who tries to hold your motherfucking ass? Q. The person you just shot. Q is better than me, cuz. Good luck down there, bro. But it's really a testament to the type of person that Q is. And it was never about, you know, having the juice for him. And outside of all the rest of his friends, he had a bigger prospect for what was important in life. Even though at the best moment, you know, with him having the DJ opportunity, he didn't see it right then. He just wanted to world-class wrecking crew and follow his friends. But, you know, it's not about that. It was about our friendship. And the moment that we didn't have that, we didn't fucking have nothing. And even though we don't have that anymore, and you a whole insane in the midbrain, I'm gonna try to hold. Don't let me go, Q. What? What are you talking about? But you know, he have him slip and he let him go, and it's all fucking dramatic, and you know, it's all just pitch black. Bishop! Like, oh, you want to save that? What, you want him to save him so he can get life in prison? That what you're trying to do? But you have that ending. Everybody standing around outside the party. Yo, Q. You got the juice now. Oh, shut up. But I love the movie. I love the way that it ended. I love that we also get, you know, once Bishop lost that gun, he wasn't shit. Like, oh, nigga, you couldn't fight. Like, you weren't, as most men in society, you weren't nothing without that gun. But I love this journey that we go on with all four friends. There's never a dull moment in this freaking movie. That's why it's a classic. But you guys, that was my review for this movie. Please drop down and tell me how you feel about Juice. Please drop down and tell me if you love this review. Did I miss anything? Do you love this movie? Is it revered, you know, in your eyes? Or do you feel like this ain't, you know, my cup of tea? I like this movie. I've watched this movie plenty of times, and it was fun to go back and revisit it now to review for you guys. But you guys, that was my review. Drop down, talk to me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.